Hi everyone. Thank you for listening to Hearts Flow blog. This is Isha Whipple, also known as Lady Whip. I pray that this blog will be a blessing to your life and an encouragement to your day. God bless. What does your love look like? Anyone who's grown up in the church has either examined themselves or I'm pretty sure has examined others and the way they display love. Or maybe even both. Most of the time it's the latter, but that's neither here nor there. The subject of love has weighed heavy in my heart for the last year or so. With everything my family has been through, we've learned what it is to see the true heart and character of a person, and let me tell you, it wasn't always nice. Apparently these days, the running trend is to condemn now, and if they do right, love later. When did we as children of God decide to change up the rules? When did we decide it was even our place to change anything? I've gone to various churches in my life. I've seen some extremes on both ends, from pastors to people. They would either be dragging a person to the altar simply because they didn't look like God in how they came in dressed, whatever that's supposed to mean. Or they would show some love to a person that they literally leave completely changed. Why? Because that's what they truly needed. Not to say that some people don't need a swift knock on the head, but when done in the timing that God allows, that knock on the head can be well received and the person can be transformed. I am a firm believer that we should do as God asked of us and live a life of love. 1 Corinthians 13:13 says, "And now these three remain, faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love." People make mistakes and take bad paths in life for one reason or the other. The one thing we tend to forget is where we come from. We forget that we've made some bad decisions in our lives as well. Just because it may have been easier for us to change doesn't mean it will be for that person. Remember, God showed his love for us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Romans 5:8. We tend to forget that we're all individuals. We were all raised differently. We were all given our own cards to deal with in our lives. I grew up initially in a two-parent household that went downhill very quickly in my young life. So even though I know what it is to live in both types of households, I can't possibly know the full effect of living in a one-parent household all my life because I didn't. In saying that, I can't expect a person to make changes as quickly as I did in my life if I haven't been through what they've been through. The reason I'm talking about this today is because lately this became a bit more personal for me. I've been saved for quite some time now, and I assure you I'm far from perfect. The one thing I can say with confidence is that I try daily to show the love of Christ in all I do. When approached with anything, I try to look at it as if it were me going through it. How would I want people to respond to me? I don't look at how the person looks, dresses, or what they watch or listen to, because that doesn't matter to me. God asks us to show love to all people. He didn't put a guideline to who we can choose to love and who we can condemn. I truly feel like God uses everyone and anyone in whatever way he chooses to reach the world. The way it became personal to me was in a conversation I had with a friend. I was feeling a bit inferior to her and just wondered why I felt like I was being put on a lower position from her with a mutual friend of ours. The conversation became a bit uncomfortable and she asked if she could be honest with me. I of course said yes, and she said it was because of the TV shows that I watched. She explained that they didn't respect me and my Christianity as much because of the TV shows I chose to watch. I was speechless. I got off the phone as if nothing was wrong and took some time to process it. I just couldn't understand how my watching one or two TV shows would cancel out any respect anyone would have for me when it comes to my faith. It made me examine both myself and them, to be honest. Was I not showing them enough love? What was their love looking like to me? I mean, she claimed to tell me that in love. So my question is, did I walk away from the conversation feeling loved? No. I left feeling less than. I left feeling upset that the two friends I felt were true in this cold world truly didn't have much respect for me and my life in Christ. After all, seeking and praying and change, all the seeking and praying and changing that I've done, The fact that I chose to watch a certain TV show was enough to cancel all that out in their eyes. Where was the love of Christ? I teach my kids daily that the world is far from perfect, that they will always encounter people with different beliefs and ways of living, that they will never agree with everything everyone does. I don't teach them to accept those things they know to be against the will of God for those people. I teach them to love in spite of their faults. Why? Because God is the one who judges and who we are to show his love to everyone. It's God's love that saves. God's love that brings deliverance. God's love that brings comfort, healing, strength, and change. We can know the Bible from back to front to back, but if we don't have love, it's useless. So what does your love look like? Are people leaving your church, your home, your job, your presence in general, feeling the love of God? Or are they leaving even more condemned and discouraged than ever? Is your love showing people there's still genuine people left in the world, or people running around trying to avoid you? Can people walk into your home or church and feel so welcome that they actually want to come back? Or have you made people still feel so spiritually inferior in their lives that they come only in an attempt to gain favor with God because they feel they can't get Him for themselves anymore? Let's examine ourselves today. Let's not spend our lives damning people to hell, and let's actually take the time to show the pure and unconditional love of Christ. Why? Because no talent in the world or God-given gift means a thing if we can't genuinely display the love of God. We were made in His image. Let's reflect that to the world today. Until next time, be blessed. Don't forget to check out my books, Heart's Flow and Lady Whip Chronicles. Both are available on Amazon in print or Kindle ebook format. Thank you. Once again, thank you for listening. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button below so you can continue to be blessed by my blog. And until next time, be blessed, everyone.